bracket. It's gonna be old, old champion of old Zex versus champion of new, reigning champion Triscorp for a chance at top 8
Wow. In losers, right?
in winners.
Oh, in winners. Wow. So Aaron's still in it then.
That's right. Aaron is going down.
I want to say, actually, now that you say that, I think I saw that match going against Mooware, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yes, you're right. And it's 3 more matches from here on out for Aaron Doby to make top 8. That's the pain of losing a winners 4 match.
Got quite a road ahead of him, yeah.
The Halo ODST soundtrack is really going for it.
Yeah, not a game I'm familiar with, but I would not have pegged this. If I was playing the video game music quiz, I would be getting this one wrong, I think.
People like that ODST game.
That's not
it's
the
Halo,
one that's
but
like
it's
an art.
different.
Is that the RTS one? But no, that one's
No.
Halo Wars, right?
Yeah, and nobody likes that one.
Which one's ODST? How's that one work? Is it an
ODST is
FPS?
you're not Master Chief. You're just some guy. You're just a guy. You're Nathan Fillion. That's who you are. And you don't have like the super suit. So the gameplay is a little bit squishier. And you're in these like cityscapes, kind of like even almost kind of stealthing around a little bit. And it's a smaller story about you and your squad.
Yeah,
It's
amateur.
a little
chief.
more narrative than bad guys go get them, sort of thing.
That sounds interesting. Although, you know, being somebody who grew up when I did and playing like Nintendo instead of Xbox, Halo just feels boring as hell to me. I just can't handle it. I feel like people are like super into Halo, and I feel like everything about it just feels so boring. But I think that's just me. It's also just slow. I played up a little bit of Call of Duty, and now Halo, you take like 30 hits to die, and it's just different. You got to get used to it.
As a Nintendo kid, I've spent plenty of time chilling out with some Halo co-op and had a good time.
That's good. Yeah, co-op would have been good. You need friends for that. Yeah, I'm just
I'm
kidding.
not
I
the
just
one
played.
who owns the Halo, right? I'm the Nintendo kid.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Halo 1 is it's just like kind of a lot of indoor hallways. I think it really kind of opened up after that, but based on what I've seen of Halo 1, it has a lot to be desired aesthetically. This is the next podcast, by the way, A3r1us versus Marshmaster. Both with pretty strong records. I would say this could go either way.
Yeah,
Marshmaster with a little
the
bit
gap
better,
is
but-
not so big that that it's like, oh man, who would ever bet their precious channel points on A3r1us on this one, you know, but also 17% when it comes to win rate is enough that it would there's an edge here going the way of Marshmaster.
Yeah, this is a game that I missed completely this podcast. I've not seen any of it yet. But this is a specifically quite difficult game. Previously featured in Top 8. I don't know if that's why the person submitted it. They just happened to be submitted this year.
Oh. I know that one. I played this one.
I'm not sure I was even able to finish this, to be honest with you.
Maurice is not over dunking on Halo. You don't get it, Maurice. It came out on consoles.
So did
Console
Half-Life.
people didn't know what Half-Life was.
My brother has made it like his mission for some reason to buy like every Valve game that came out for consoles just because he thinks it's kind of funny, and so he has like all the different Half-Life and Portal releases that came out on various consoles.
I wonder how they sold.
I think they sold decently. I'm not sure. This cropping's I'm missing.
Also, anything's not going to stack up well against Half-Life, especially if you start throwing in like For the Time. Loving these tunes we got going on.
Yeah, what are we listening to here? This is from Mighty Switch Force 2. Yeah, this is jamming. All right, I think we're ready to swap this over.
I'm not. I gotta hear the rest of this song.
I know. I might just let it play out. The cropping on this is weird. I don't really understand why these screens are so different in size. It's like they should. This is just a regular 16:9 game, but it seems like something has happened. Like someone's not streaming in 16:9 somehow. I don't get. It's possible. I actually streamed in like a weird square resolution during Wiki Race specifically so the stuff would be readable to people on stream. And nobody even said thank you. The thankless job sometimes. Not getting...
Oh, it's Jake Kaufman on this soundtrack? No wonder.
Yeah. Did you know... It's weird. Jake Kaufman was doing stuff in the console days. I feel like people only started paying attention to him during, like, Shovel Knight, but he was doing, like, GBA, like, all sorts of stuff back in the day.
He was on Shantae for the Game Boy Color, I think.
Yeah, man. Was he like a Way Forward guy, specifically working with Way Forward?
I don't know.
Well, before this next song starts, in case it's also really good, let's move on to studio mode.
So earlier we saw a level pack made by Snowdozer, which has been whisked away. I brought it up, but you shouldn't know what I'm talking about because you should have forgot about it.
Yeah.
So instead, look at this. It's Deathlock. This was made by Snowdozer.
Winterbeak is their developer name, at least for these style of games.
Yeah, Winterbeak or Wintersbeak?
I think it's Winterbeak. I thought it was Winter Break for a long time, but it's not. That was just me being not smart.
You can look it up on itch. But this is cool. This is a very precise sort of platformer with some very strong puzzle elements, and it gets kind of a little bit surprising how what the game starts to demand of you in terms of the puzzle aspect.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go! Nice. Somebody, you hit the button. Somebody did it for me.
That's me.
Thank you.
So this was Captain Drake versus someone 325 in top 8 played this game, and it was the race was so close. It came down to a weird little stumble on a gimme level from Captain Drake in the final moments that allowed someone to just snipe the lead.
Yeah, that was a crazy. So when you have hearts down at the bottom of the screen, you can finish the level after dying. I guess in this instance we're not. We're just trying to only get hit once. Each time you get hit by one of these boxing gloves, you take a heart. And so in this level they're actually dying, but their momentum continues when they land on the next punching glove.
Very close race so far. You can see the punching glove will give you horizontal running speed, and you get to keep that. A lot of puzzles are going to involve not losing it. So Arius getting the chained jump sequence first, Marshmaster very close behind. We actually saw Marshmaster not get enough height off of the boosty thing, so I wonder. I don't remember. It's been a while, but you maybe a jump input gives you more height on these things.
Yeah, this is a game with instant respawns, fast momentum. This is a game from the modern indie generation. This is I grew up with Super Meat Boy kind of game.
Yeah. So we're seeing this green square. You can sort of reset back to this. And it doesn't matter right now, but it's going to start to matter in terms of ways to move around the level. Because you keep your momentum. Yeah, Marshmaster is doing this. Right when he hits that bottom punch, he's going to hit the button and boop, launched upwards. Oh, Arius almost got it. Marsh is out.
There we go. Yeah, this game was designed with very specific controls in mind. So where this green square is going to start to become, like Myth said, very relevant because... and also when you choose to respawn. Respawning is not just a way to reset the level in this game. The way to reset to the level beginning with your identical momentum. And all your health again.
Mm-hmm.
Very important aspect of this game.
Marsh keeps dying right in front of this punch glove. Marsh is clarifying as well in the chat. Jumping before you hit a punch glove is bad because you're like in the air. You're not next to it getting the most force of the punch. Which is good because if you want the best thing, just run at it, right? You don't have to get fancy. You don't have to time anything. Well, Arius has got it. Arius is out.
Yeah, there's not a single easy level of this game.
The timing is so tight. The moment you get that upwards kick, you have to teleport. Because the juiciest parts of your upwards jump are right at the start. If you lose even like 1 or 2 frames, you get way less height once you hit the warp to the beginning button.
I always wonder if, Snowdozer is obviously a part of this community, likes to make video games in general, regardless of whether or not they're mystery tournament related. But we have the nice little feature in this game, and I wonder if, they have they have mystery tournament in mind when making these, that the game is counting down the levels so we know just how many levels there are left. Okay, so now we're introduced to this new mechanic, this green line. You respawn at the circle, but you activate the line by hitting, or you activate the whole respawn point by hitting just anywhere on that line. So you can change your respawn point.
Marsh finally gets the timing correct, but is trailing now by like 7 levels here, so pretty significant.
And there also is a button to fully actually restart the level, which is starting to become relevant.
Yeah, if you have the wrong checkpoint, you don't want to be stuck there.
Yeah. Marshmaster has noticed on that one, that was a really tricky one. You had to respawn while falling down after jumping in order to have a steep enough angle to be able to continue forward with your momentum. This game really plays with it. Yeah, I think this is the first time it's been played out of a top 8. This would only be 2 MTs after it was played. So if we played it again last year, it would have been right after it had just been played in top 8.
Oh, Arius understanding first try how to do that level. There is a lot of the moment this bottom punch glove hits me, hit the button to warp back to checkpoint. That's like a key move in so many of these levels. And
Yeah,
what's going on now with Arius'
your
level
momentum is so much higher right as soon as you come off the thing. It's true because your acceleration really drops quickly. You have high, there's high gravity.
Arius making do with the fact that you are running out of HP as you bounce around on that middle section of the level. So
was able to save missing the jump there by not panicking and respawning again before landing. Nice move. Ooh, didn't have to save it there though. Making these jumps first try.
Yeah, using the teleport to effectively alter your jump arc, like lower it, is just like, I don't know how do you come up with something like that? It's going to be critical later on in a very strange, surprising way.
So what you need to do here in Arius, Arius figured it out. It's teleport over and over and over, so your acceleration increases to change your angle. Look at that! Wow, making it through.
Arius is crushing this.
Always really impressed with Snowdozer's games. How you can even come up with this.
That's what I said.
Well then, you great minds, because it's just weird. I mean, it's just kind of it's really pushing the mechanics to its fullest. I think Snowdozer's very good at that.
Marsh lost his speed. Now he's going to go all the way back to the
So what Arius needs to do here is, I think, completely avoid all of these on the way down. All the little single dots. Marsh is pretty far behind. I mean, this is a pretty long game. We still have more than half of it left, level-wise, which probably means more than half, because the levels only get harder. But has some catching up to do. Their VOD's at a higher frame rate, so we'll see if that helps them at all.
The jump to get through the squiggle seems impossible. It seems like you have to come out straight from the very first square. You can't even touch this big tall one. You got to boost over that one. So how far back now? Marsh has caught up only 4 stages back now, as Arius has hit this wall. And here's where the puzzle game aspect really starts to sort of rear its head.
This is one of those rare puzzle platformers where the platforming and the puzzle are both challenging.
Yeah, there were some levels where I just couldn't get it done even when I knew what I needed to do, and there were some levels where I had no idea what I even needed to do. It was bringing it hard on both directions. And that, and aside that, and the fact that it's just so, like, different.
Marshmaster could save some time here if he can learn about this respawn over and over thing quicker. That was probably about the same amount of time, but we're moving on. This is another one where you just mash.
The timing is so tight. There it is.
And we're on the same level. Huge knowledge gap here, though. Oh my gosh.
Will Marsh understand?
So what?
Starting from the very first square.
What is the method for finishing this?
You must not touch anything. You must warp back to the very first square. So Marsh is ahead already. Marsh knows what to do.
Wow.
Just needs the timing. There it is.
Oh my gosh, look at that lead change. Powerful lead change.
Marsh is very good all around. You have to be to have a 67% win rate, but he's particularly strong on puzzles. I don't think the puzzle side of this is what's going to stump him.
Oh, Marsh finished that level. I actually thought that was not good enough to finish, but I'm wrong, clearly.
Oh, the timing's so good. Oh, I lost the rhythm.
Yeah, it's easy to mess this one up.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a really good point that the puzzle level is where you saw the lead change. You can really see player strengths when it comes to a game that kind of works on more than one level.
So you want to be coming out to the left, but the speed is only pushing you to the right.
Yeah.
You have to reset. The moment you touch the next line, before you fall down into the bottom line, you have to warp back to your top line. Okay. Hit. Oh, didn't hit it.
Yeah,
So it's now
I
back
see
to the
what you're
lower
saying.
one.
Yep.
There we go. Warps away. Slowly walking back to the punch glove.
There we go. I will say the timing is quite tight. Marshmaster is also good at execution. Because if you're not, you can't even this is a game that you just like can't finish. Like you have to have a certain amount of skill to even complete this game. And not every game is like that in MT. Like a lot of games just you'll get there eventually. Even if you're not, but this game is demanding.
Yeah. Arius is just completely stuck. There's really not much to say. Doesn't
But the hitboxes are a little like bigger than they or smaller than they look.
yeah, you
So what
gotta
I'm
get
thinking is
into the
Arius
laser.
just doesn't think that they can avoid those last two taller lines.
Yeah, maybe. But you have to look at the spawn points that is available to you.
Yeah.
And know that you're not going to get through that little S turn.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to be able to be moving super fast. And I mean maybe, but like it seems like that's there to stop you from doing that.
We've got a new mechanic. These blue lines are only off if you're dead. Otherwise, they make a solid wall.
You must die in an advantageous sort of position, angle, speed.
Wow.
Nice. This is another one of these timing ones.
Ooh, gets it second try. That's great. Must be really good at the arcade when you have to stop the light spinning around on those.
Yeah, 50 tickets, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time. I was pretty bad at that. It was multiple tries. That's just like you said. It's just so precise.
Okay, Arius is now down here, having dodged the second and third line. So now probably knows that they can dodge the other ones.
Marsh. Oh, that didn't count. Come on, was inside that square. Oh, did Marsh accidentally reset?
That's what it looked like, but maybe it was just barely outside the square. Oof. There it is.
Because you have to be dead, sometimes you end up with these puzzles where you need to take a hit, just walk into a punch glove, get hit, and then like come right back, and then go, and that hit kills you at the right time during the sequence.
Arius has solved this, but now really has some catching up to do. And I would say it's going to have a hard time because Marshmaster is like good. In addition to having solved the puzzle stuff, is executing about as well as you could expect anybody to. Honestly.
Is acing this puzzle level. There it is.
Yep.
So there's the one extra hit. Now you go through the ending blue stuff. I don't even know what to call it. The life wall.
Love it.
And then after that, you need to get the timing to get the big boost right to the exit. Okay, so you need to be dead. Then you'll hit the booster. You'll come out alive.
And then you'll have to
you gotta
time
jump.
a jump as well.
So like the moment you hit the right wall, or
Yeah.
the red wall,
You have to be
it's,
really careful not to press a direction on your controller.
yeah.
We didn't explicitly say it, but the way that you continue your momentum in this game is just going neutral on your D-pad. So you, if you press a direction, you kill your momentum basically. So what was happening there was Marsh was just pressing the button early. Ah, notice you have to dodge one of the. Finally, have to not die.
1, 2, go.
Oh wow!
The little left-right to prepare.
Yeah.
That's a very Super Mario Brothers. Sometimes you're stuck on a thing and you want to do a big jump, but you can't from a standstill, so you jump left to get the speed.
Or to get like Cape in Super Mario World or something. That kind of thing happens a lot. So this one, it'll kill you if you ever drop down. You have to be able to execute this 3 times in a row without making a mistake. Marshmaster does it really quickly. I'm really impressed with this time. I could see this going up against the top 8 times. I don't have them memorized, but like this seems to be going pretty well.
1, 2, 3. The last 20 levels we're getting to now. Like at some point, they get absolutely vicious.
Yeah, I think when I was testing this for top 8, trying to put together like the list for MT16, I don't think I finished this. Like I could tell what it was going for, and I had other people's times and had plenty of other things to test, and I got to this point and was like, that's fine. Like I get it, and I'm looking forward to seeing other people beat it.
24:55 from someone 325. If this wasn't a vodcast, this would be a candidate for. Does this set the SRL record?
Yeah.
Arius has been trucking through these levels,
way,
but the 12-stage gap remains a 12-stage gap.
Ooh, Marshmaster solving that level. It had to do with getting an extra hit on the left boxing glove first. I actually didn't understand what you had to do in that level, but like we were saying, Marsh is good with the puzzles.
Has ended up on the right side of the level, which is where you need to be to get a boost off the right wall to send you running left very fast. So the plan is to get hit 3 times, die, get sent through the wall, trigger the line teleport, warp to the top with your speed. So some point between triggering the left line, the left green line, and hitting the wall afterwards, you gotta warp. That's your window.
There we go.
There it is. Arius getting a nice combo. Yeah, the finish. You do not have a lot of time, and if you are the kind of player who can look forwards at the rest of the level while you're executing on the bottom part of it, then I mean, hats off to you. But I feel like so many people are going to be so dialed in to making the bottom happen. Like that's not easy at all.
There's also just a level of actually needing to try these levels because the execution is so high to just get the muscle memory. Like even if you've looked ahead and you like have an idea, you might need to try it a few times just to get the timing.
Absolutely. Arius having to do this left-right wiggle now a couple times. Oh, it's just gonna go straight up down. As long as you hit right at the right time, you're good.
This level that Marshmaster on is very interesting because it doesn't demand high execution, but it demands really high, like, ability to keep track of what's going on. There's like 30 different things going on, and it's you have to. Oh, am I gonna be responding here or here? Did I hit this line already? Is that now the right timing? And this kind of thing is difficult for me for sure.
I feel like that's part of execution.
I guess you're right.
If I wanted to be picky, but you're right. It's not necessarily about timing. The windows. I mean, once you get up top, that like chugga chugga boom, like that. There's not a lot of time there to get your
True.
your right to left input.
Only a 3-level gap now between these two players.
They are starting to get harder. So I was expecting to see them crunch together a little bit towards the end.
I don't know if I was expecting this close of a gap so soon, though.
Yeah. Yes. This has been well done by Arius. We've been looking at the new levels on Marshmaster's side, but it's been very smooth progress from Arius on to 17 now.
Oh! Marshmaster with just the little pixels away. If only they hadn't gotten that recent haircut and they would be have finished this level already.
When you get your warp correctly to get up to the top red stuff, you're going to be moving right to left. So you want to land on the red and then stop. Go straight up until Chugga Chugga starts.
Oh!
And then, the right to left killed too much of the speed to the left.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is. Kind of, I think maybe like skipped the blue. I don't know. It almost looked like you didn't even need to be dead. Just kind of went around it.
Yeah, it's true. That was close. That was actually the same sort of shallow angle as before, but just closer to the left side. I'm not sure if it was even possible to get a steeper angle.
Oh, how do you sight read a level like that, Marshmaster? Wow. Arius gets this one as well. Very fast.
What are you supposed to do here? You need to.
You can kill the run, and like land on top.
You have to do it right on top there. Yeah. Oh, okay. Have you lost as soon as you touch that?
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, you need to. I see. You need to get the punch right from the the second box down there, and then immediately. Right. Well, no, you fall down and then you transition as soon as you hit the. As soon as you hit this, yeah. So it's a little bit late timing. Yeah.
It's the same move they've been doing. As soon as you get hit by the punch, glove warp.
I think it's a pretty limited number of frames. Like there's.
It might be one. It's so hard.
Having played this, you miss it a lot.
Like if there's one thing I am good at, it's hitting a window at the right time. And I could not get it consistent. This level, by the way, is it's something. It's kind of insane.
So you have to avoid the green line on the left, then completely avoid that. Is that what's happening?
What is that? That's the end, I think. That top line is the end. And see how your arc is way too high? You need to do the reset multiple times to adjust your angle at the end.
Is the whole lower part of this level bait? Could you conceivably just... No, because you'll be alive. So you won't go through the blue. I see. You couldn't just get it to that top line and then mash, because... Arius does not immediately know that you have to get hit by an extra boxing glove.
Oh, there we go. It's through now. Yeah, so let's see if I can...
Yeah, you have to draw a little diagram off of the thing. Looking good so far.
Green here. Blue. I guess it's kind of cyan, isn't it? There. And green is going. I've botched it a little bit here. I think.
That's
Maybe
all right.
not.
No, you're pretty good, honestly.
Pretty good. And then there's a bunch of punch gloves or whatever. But so if I remember right, this sucks because the moment I draw this path, and then I want to draw a new path, I'm gonna have to erase it the whole level.
Yeah.
We need layers, Maurice. Get on it. It's about keeping your rightward speed. So I think you need to basically you're gonna die and be going this way. And that's not good. So you need to warp to this location over and over and over again until gravity has your jump arc way down so that you touch the line here. Then you can warp out from here and hit the bounce, which has you come out up here, and that's your final run. And what you need to know is that this punch glove is necessary. That's hit number 1. Here's hit number 2, and that's hit number 3 to kill you.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wild. There's so much to this.
So in that
like
top
I could not
left
believe
one,
that this was the solution.
That top left one, you have to mash. Yeah, Arius
knows.
Yeah.
Arius is already in the lead, I think. I don't think Marsh understands how to progress the way that Arius does.
This is quite
And then as soon as you cross the green line with all that downward speed, you got to warp again. And then warp off the bounce. Okay.
Oh,
missed the red.
But isn't dead. Wow. Yeah. That's so much to keep track of in your head.
I know. It's wild. Here's number 1. Right there. That's 2. That's 3. I think Arius is going to get this. Oh, no.
Needs to get hit by the 1 extra punch glove. Yeah. Number 1. Oh, you even numbered them. That's so helpful.
Is 1,
there it is.
2, 3.
There it is.
Brilliant.
Lead change. Incredible lead change. This is quite a race.
You know what's funny? I remembered that solution. That's how this level left such an impact on me that I just remembered it. Like I could have drawn most of this from memory. Like
there are definitely some levels like that. Like Maurice was talking earlier, will be like, "Oh, I'm impressed with chat for remembering the name of every game," and I'm pretty good at that. But then he'll be like, "Yeah, this game has that 1 level in it." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then it'll come up, and it's like, "Oh yeah, it sure does."
I've been waiting for this level since this race started. Marsh has the connection here. Yeah. The rest of it is still hard. You still need to work it out and get the memory down or whatever, but Marsh is going to get this. And Arius hasn't done much since, so you need the speed from the initial block to get the final sort of up-down into the exit angle. If you don't have the speed, you're not going to be able to get into the exit.
There we go. Marshmaster is in.
Oh, we are neck and neck.
Wow.
It's so mean. You can just mash warp, right? But eventually you have to stop doing that. And once you get to the last one, if you keep doing it, it's going to like mess with your jump arc a little bit. Okay, here's the final. Marshmaster gets it now. That angle is not enough. Needs the speed the whole way. Okay. Bum 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 bum.
But
There's like a
but you
musical
can't.
rhythm to it.
Yeah, but you can't do it on the final one, or else it's too
Oh.
far. Arius almost had it. Didn't jump fast enough to die with the correct angle.
Yeah, wasn't used to being there with the speed.
That's it. Oh.
This one looks good. No jump. Oh, hit the reset. Marsh went too far along the blue and was like, uh-oh, this isn't going to work. Reset back. You can run on there as many
There
times as
it
you want
is.
to get
Wow.
lined up.
Another lead change.
So clever to be thinking of that. 10 levels left. Says the level as well as me. Get hit by both on the way down. Seems right. Do you need the speed from the second one? I think you do. Yeah.
Well, you need the health loss from the second one.
Oh,
well, from
it's
the
up
first
there
one,
now.
I guess. I see what you're saying.
Arius is here.
Wow.
You don't get to stall. Oh, you can stall if you hit the warp. Okay, Marsh has triggered a new thing. Sees the end immediately.
That level looked a little bit like complicated, but not so bad. I'm not sure if I fully understand what they even did, though.
The single hardest level is behind them. Though this one is also a little bit...
Shout out to someone 325 for a 24-minute time. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And Captain Drake was right there as well. Seconds behind.
That's right. And then there was that's the level I remember of this game, being the tournament organizer watching top 8.
Imagine playing this hyper difficult game and just gaming like crazy out of your mind, and then you get to the end and it's that decides.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one again. So this is a kind of weird. I guess Marsh just needs the timing here.
I love this from Arius, just dying over and over and over again. To think. Has the final exit.
There we go.
It is. Oh, yes, Marsh with the final warp up. We will soon stop existing. This world will stop existing.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to know if this is like a serious story or if Snowdozer's kind of just memeing, because if you know him, he does that sometimes. It's hard to say. I think there's something going on, but we're going too fast to pay attention.
I wouldn't say narrative. I think it's going for vibes. Vibes are happening.
Yeah. Okay, so
sometimes you get hit twice. When Marsh runs into this glove on the left...
Oh, you have to jump over this the first time. That's what it is. There. Jump over it again. Do this. Then you get hit.
Yeah.
Actually, you need to respawn after... Right here, you respawn. Oh, no. You don't have to. Okay, never mind. Sometimes the reset really throws you. Seems like the game's messing up.
Some of these adjust your angle by dying over, or like resetting over and over.
I feel like there's a game where you jump into something while moving forward and it pushes you forward just like that, and I'm like a popular speedrunning game. Having a hard time placing it.
You're moving forward and you jump into something facing forwards?
Yeah. And the punch glove, the punch glove pushes him, and you jump into it and it pushes you like that. I can't place it though. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's Rockin' Cats for the NES.
Yeah. Rockin' Cats was fun. I played that for the first time this year. I liked it. Ooh. Oh, okay.
Going the other way.
Wow.
Oh, I don't know how you bring it home after that, it's so surprising that you got it. How are you ready? So ready to get it that you can
I'm not.
do all of that stuff at the end.
I'm not ready, is the thing.
No, I'm never ready.
Yeah.
Not once.
It's a lot of steps. I could probably That's why. Oh man, that was
What?
good too. That was perfect.
What?
That's
Where's
why it's more about
Arius,
the
by the
slow,
way?
deliberate, like Castlevania Ghosts and Goblins or whatever to me, where you have like two things to worry about at a time and not like 12 things.
While you do that one thing, like it's taking you long enough that you can be thinking about the next thing.
Exactly.
No time to think about anything in this game. Okay, Marsh has hit the right warp. Wants the top left. I think wants the top right
Oh,
warp. Oh no, that
and
one's good.
had it. This is. Oh no!
Ah. Okay. This is just a really precise. Just jump and warp, jump and warp, jump and warp. But then maybe go up the other. Oh no, you can't go up the other side. You got to transfer over the top. So you'd think this would be a gimme. Just hit one button as shortly after the other as possible. Ooh, Jets gets the top warp and does not touch the ones below.
Are we in
Uh-oh.
the? Are we in the home? Oh, here it is. This is the level. Oh, and Marshmaster gets it immediately.
Second try.
Wow. Captain Drake lost his lead on that level.
Yep.
What a finish from Marshmaster.
I mean, both racers did incredible.
I know.
The win goes to Marshmaster, the official SRL time. I'm not ready for it. I don't know why I started talking like I was.
I'll look it up. I'm looking it up anyway.
37-48. You got it bang on.
There's the
Arius
marsh.
takes more than Aaron Doby did compared to Zex. It's not a whole lot, but it's a chunk.
Yeah, that's what the mystery is about Omega Number. Sometimes we play Kuso and sometimes we don't.
Kuso Grande is playing Rap Quest, the unreleased Vanilla Ice Game Boy game. Oh, the weekly blind. That's a thing we like to do around here.
Yeah, well,
Once a
in
week,
that
we'll come
case, I
together.
will. This will be the last vodcast of the day. We've got two more for another time. We'll use those maybe in 4 days when we have a gap between races. See if I can get some sound from Arius. We'll watch them finish it up.
All right. I think Arius has the idea of sort of playing jump rope with the final puncher. Ooh. I think didn't mean to hit the reset button there. It was just sort of like an instinct.
There it is. What is the weekly blind, by the way?
Is this the one where they're playing the second Bomberman N64 game? Second Attack?
Ah, the second attack.
Yeah.
I've only ever played Bomberman Hero, so I don't know how Bomberman 64 actually plays. Bomberman Hero is not even similar to Bomberman
Bomberman
64.
64 is sweet.
Oh, really? I should check it out sometime.
It's just kind of like you would think like, oh god, like they tried to make Bomberman 3D single player, like what are they thinking? But they did something very cool with it. And it has some of the wildest like secrets.
I like that.
Like surprisingly like I won't spoil it for you. And you probably won't find it. there's like a whole layer to that game that you probably won't experience. I didn't. I played through the whole game and it was only afterwards, like years later, that I was like, "There's a what? There's a what? What you can what? Like it's crazy.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, I'll have to
It
check that
is.
one out. I've always been curious. It's like more of like a puzzle game, right? Like it's like less of an
Mm,
action game and more of a puzzle kind of thing. Like
I
where
mean,
do you
you are running around and trying to bomb enemies.
sure?
It's,
Oh, okay.
it's more of like an explory sort of game,
Mm,
and there are boss fights. Kind of a lot of boss fights,
always. If
um,
anyone wants
and they're
to
kind of hard.
test and submit Bomberman World on the PlayStation 1, that's one I've always been curious about. I have played it, and I think it would work, but I just have never taken the time to get it into MT. But that game is like that's plays more like normal Bomberman, but it's got like these kind of like pre-rendered 3D graphics, and the stages have actual like degrees of elevation to them and stuff.
Arius getting these cancels. All right, this one kills him, and then where are we going? Missed it.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Did we
whoop.
miss
Just
it? I think
thinking.
we missed it.
Just thinking. Yeah, so this is you just need to die on this and then the game plays itself. If you give yourself the momentum the third time where you would die.
So, like, if we were to number these that's not so clean to number them. If it's
The top left one will be left out of the final go to the left. You just need to die on this box to the right, and the level's just gonna make itself happen.
yeah, it's I think like this.
No, you don't go over the. You
Oh,
fall
you go
down to the
under.
middle one, but it
You have
worked.
no speed. Oh, interesting. That was one that Marsh just did so quickly. I didn't even get to look at it.
So this is just a pure precision jump. Whoop! Nope. I move one pixel to the right.
There we go. Whoop, lost it. Can't go up the right side. Unfortunately, not tall enough. Yeah, gets the idea. Okay, skim that corner. Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
I
Area
didn't even
seems to be
notice that trap.
better.
Neither player fell for it, but on the right side, if you fall straight down, you undo all of your progress on the right side of that level.
Yeah.
So is this you
Oh.
use the arrow to move to the left, and then you just do the arrow?
Yeah. It's just harder because they're big.
Yeah.
I think you wouldn't lose all of your progress on that other level if you fell down the right side. I think you could work your way up the right side.
No, I said lose all your progress on the right side of it. Like that second half of the level you have to Oh, and Arius also immediately finishing the stage. So sorry for Captain Drake. That was a sad day.
It
Here we
really
go.
does read like you don't need to jump all the way across like that.
The finish from Arius.
Let's see if he nailed it again. Nope, 45:30.
Darn. I went too early this time.
The official SRL time. Congrats to both players. But this one was an elimination match, so Marshmaster dropped down to the bracket early this year.
Has
The
played a
lower
lot of
bracket.
games.
Yeah, there's
Actually,
been a crocodile skulking them waters. Lost the first match, I think.
let's do a little now that we've seen the match. Let's check on this.
Look at this.
Yeah, it has to
It's
scroll.
scrolling. There's still one more at the bottom after. Like this is GF. Oh no. Sorry, this is already happened.
Yeah, we saw that match. That was streamed.
Okay,
Marshmaster
I was
beat
like,
GFM in sumo.
Sure hope this isn't one of our 2 remaining vodcasts.
It's not. But yeah.
6 wins in a row.
And lost first game to Okami. Not surprising. Happens. Okami's quite good. And Rompers is weird. I mean, that's a pretty tough game to win no matter who you are. And yeah, has just been blazing through. And most of these wins were pretty solid. Honeycomb Beat is a game that I don't even really want to talk about it, but it was insane, and that was kind of a tough one. But everything else, really solid win. I remember Marshmaster had some really clever stuff in the laser gun. Roommate is a laser gun game. Taking advantage of some of the stuff that the game teaches you later on, but doing it earlier than the game taught you. Looking forward to see their continued progress. And great performance from Arius. That's a solid... It's further than I've ever made it in Mystery Tournament. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at...
There were moments in that race where Arius looked absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, I mean, there was 2 lead changes. That could have gone either way for a long time. We don't have much on the schedule. And that's because we don't have that many games left. But we do have a new game scheduled, which was not there when I started these vodcasts. in 2 days, and that a back 7 that, if I'm not mistaken, is a top 8 qualifying match. Let me take a look at the bracket.
It is 1 short because you play 2 rounds for every one of the winner's bracket.
Got it.
So the winner of Kostuha versus Okami needs to play the loser of 213, which is going to be Triscorp or Zex. So it's a heck of a road for Kostuha, who we just saw take a win earlier today. Their road to top 8 goes through both Okami of games and one other previous tournament winner. So,
well, other matches
road.
Other matches that we're gonna be seeing next week is Aaron Doby versus Muware. They're not on the schedule yet, but their deadline is sometime next week, so we'll be seeing that one. And then at that point, it's going to be just a lot of losers matches left. A lot of lower bracket. Let's see what's left in the winner's bracket. Just 2 matches. They still have 2 weeks to do it, but we could see it a little early. We have Triscor versus Zex and Adam versus someone. Some insane final matches to get into top 8. Those are, and when I say someone, I mean someone 325, not just anybody.
No, certainly not just anybody.
No. The one of the least anybody's we have around here. And Adam, previous Mystery Tournament winner. Someone 325, the one that Maurice always thinks is going to win. Triscor, the one who did win last year. And Zex, also a Mystery Tournament winner. And I will say, if it hasn't been explicitly said on stream, Burret Turret and Maurice SY already in top 8.
Yeah.
And they're going up against each other in the winter semis. So I can fill that in on my top 8 planning sheet. Matters to no one else, but it matters to me.
The winner's bracket is confirmed to have 1 new player in top 8 in for a turret and 3 returning players. The lower bracket kind of a toss-up. There's still like 20 some people down here, many of whom have not been in the top 8. But those top 8 players in the winner's match are going to drop down and are going to serve as final bosses for anyone hoping to get in for the first time.
Other than Okami, no one down here has been in a top 8 before.
Yeah. It's going to be
maybe
just
Full Lizards,
one of...
but I don't think so. Full Lizards has definitely been close.
I think he has.
And Arc Bliss has been famously close, as has the Whitley. 2 brothers down here, potentially competing against each other in the first match of top 8. How cool would that be? One of them gets to bang on the floor to try and distract the other person during a top 8 match. I hope that happens. Full Lizards has been in top 8 before. So we have Full Lizards and Okami, but other than that, everyone down here is new. And we get 4 people down here from lower, so we've got guaranteed at least 2 new people in top 8 from lower bracket as well. So we're going to have 3 out of 5 are going to be new this year at the minimum.
That's
Looking
awesome.
forward to it. Yeah.
I've been saying that the top 8, like the number of top 8 players we have, has grown well beyond 8. Like ever since like 2 years ago, and it's just gotten more and more. There's like 16 to 20 people who are like, oh yeah, like it'd be weird if they weren't in top 8, but all 20 can't be there. There's only room for 8, so we're getting some wild matches happening, you know, in the round of 16 or whatever. So
it's very true.
We're gonna get less matches over the next couple of weeks, but they are gonna be hot.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to Furret Turret about all these hats. If he starts putting on hats for the best of 3s, I'm concerned about suffocation. So we may need to have a talk about that.
The players. Oh no. It's going to be genuinely distracting. It already should be genuinely distracting.
Yeah, or at the very... Well, it can be like kind of a hype factor thing too. But yeah, so thanks to everyone for coming out. Thanks for watching these matches. We do have 2 more vodcasts, and they'll be happening at some point. But we have a weekly blind coming up fairly soon in about half an hour.
20 minutes or so, yeah.
Yeah.
So stick around for that. We will go down, we'll come back up, and come back tomorrow for Kosuha versus Okami of Games.
Goodbye, all.